I'm going for a walk right now. Why am I going for a walk? Because I feel like it. Because it's nice out. It's 69 degrees out. I couldn't sleep. I like walking, going around my neighborhood. I'm not doing it to burn calories. I'm not doing it for fat loss. I'm not trying to do it for cardio and act like I'm actually getting benefits of, improved cardiovascular system. It's too low of an intensity. It's not going to deliver nearly anything in comparison to my already high intensity training. So I'm just doing this because I want to. It feels good to move your body. Walking is a baseline activity that everyone's life should consist of. And I know in our modern world, we don't have a reason to walk, and I think what happens is a lot of these influencers and bodybuilders, they get on here and they say they did cardio today. And then you ask them what they did, or they tell you what they did, and they went for a walk. They rode their bike. It's not cardio. Since when is that cardio? That's neat. That's non-exercise activity thermogenesis. That's just moving your body. And the reason they record it, the reason they log it and they tell you about it is because they don't have anything else they're doing. They don't have anything else going on. They want to feel like they're making progress towards something. You and I go for a walk and we don't count that. We don't track it. We don't act like we're making progress towards something. We're just going for a walk. It's a leisure activity. If I go ride my bike with my son and my wife, am I going to say, oh, I did cardio today? No. The influencers will say that they did cardio today, that they just went for their walk, and they'll log it and they'll tell you about it. And that's because if they didn't have that in their training books, if they didn't have that recorded, a discipline like I'm going to walk, then they would literally sit on the couch all day and not do anything, because they don't have to do anything. They're not like you and I. They don't have a job. They don't have a day job where they actually work and move outside their house. The bodybuilder influencers, they would literally sit down all day and lay down all day if they didn't plan, oh, I'm gonna walk these many steps every day and I'm gonna do this amount of hours of cardio. Because if they didn't, they wouldn't do anything. They're not like us. We do it for leisure. And then we train properly to get high intensity results. What? This is low intensity. This is so low, it's like nothing. Okay, it's like the same intensity as me curling the weight of my hand. It's not gonna produce adaptations. It's not hard enough. But it's nice outside. I recently filmed a video. It was about how doing cardio to burn calories, and then this guy in the very next few story clips had food that he was eating, and I pointed out how ridiculous that is and how he could just eat less food and didn't have to do all the cardio of him on the bicycle. Well, fast forward a day, this exact person posted in their story a physique update and said, I did 2 hours of cardio yesterday on my cycle while playing Twitch, and I only ate 1,400 blah blah calories, and scale didn't budge today. Well, whatever, blah blah blah. I rest my case. How ridiculous that is to think you're gonna burn calories because you're sitting on a bike. You know what you do when you choose to burn more calories all at once? You chill out the rest of the day. You don't do as much, okay? When I was in college and we'd run cross country and we'd go wake up early, run 10, 12 miles on a Saturday, guess what we did the rest of the day? We chilled out, we laid down. Your body is trying to tell you to rest. And if you do all those calories at once, you're not gonna be doing much the rest of the day. Or you could not go for the run and have energy throughout your day and spread it out. It's up to you, but don't think you're burning all these calories. The most calories you could ever burn is from eating less. That's how you burn calories. Last summer, I lost 30 pounds in 15 weeks, average about 2 pounds a week. I did not do any cardio. I ran one time. I did not do cardio. I went for some walks, okay? I did go for some walks, probably like every other day or so. And that doesn't burn calories. I walked, just wanted to walk, I don't know. It does make you feel psychologically like you're accomplishing something, like you're working toward your goal. But I only walked for half an hour. You know how many calories you burn walking for half an hour? Probably like 90, maybe 100. It's nothing. It was better than sitting on the couch. I lost 30 pounds by eating less food. Way less food. I'm talking like a lot of days I really didn't have much for dinner. I kept my breakfast and lunch and snacks pretty much the same. That way when I would go work out, I had energy ready for me, but I just ate less dinner really. You know, and I was hungry the first week, but after that, my body adjusted to it and hunger wasn't too big of an issue really. I just ate less food. So that's how you create a calorie deficit. You eat less food. You don't work it off. You don't burn it off. You burn calories and fat through your breath. You just breathe out the fat. That's where it goes. Technically, after it's completely been broken down inside the body, you end up just breathing it out. You breathe it out during your sleep, not while you're on the treadmill, or it's just the overall calorie deficit. So don't think you're burning calories. They're going to get burned if you eat in a deficit. They're getting burned. They're just going to be spread out and they'll come out through your breath. Based on me losing 30 pounds in 15 weeks over the summer, that is 2 pounds a week. 2 pounds a week in terms of calories is 7,000 calories, which is 1,000 a day, right? I did not do 1,000 calories worth of work in a day. And you say, well, Cameron, if you tried to burn calories through work, how would you do that? And if you did, how could you burn 1,000 per day? Well, if you tried to burn 1,000 calories in an hour, first of all, you wouldn't. Second of all, it would be the hardest hour of your life. Probably twice as hard as the hardest hour of your life. you wouldn't be able to do it. Say you might burn 1,000 calories in like 2 hours. Okay, see what I'm saying? 2 hours. And then once you start going beyond that, you're not really burning more calories, because in order for you to exercise for that long, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, etc., the intensity is so low that you're not really going to end up burning more calories. You know what I'm saying? So you could burn 1,000 calories in 2 hours, but you're not going to beat that if you did 4 hours, because instead of burning 500 an hour, you'd probably have the intensity dialed back and you would be doing about 250 an hour. So it'd still add up to 1,000 calories. Anyway, if you were to burn 1,000 calories a day, how much time would that take you? So say for the average person, that would take them about 2 hours to do. Okay, so I saved myself 2 hours per day over 15 weeks. 2 hours per day. That's 100 days. So I saved myself 200 hours. Do you realize the benefits of creating a calorie deficit through nutrition, through eating less calories, eating less food? I just saved myself 200 hours to accomplish the same goal. If someone else tried to burn 30 pounds of fat in 15 weeks, and they literally tried to actively burn it by actually like doing activities and running and cycling and rowing and doing all this, 200 hours. I saved myself 200 hours by doing it the smart way, cutting calories. If you want to spend 200 hours of the hardest hours of your life working hard to the point that you're not recovering from your weight training, no way. You basically have to be a full-time runner or a full-time endurance sport athlete to burn that much. So, and that's assuming that your body's metabolism doesn't even adapt to it. But anyway, saved myself 200 hours. And that was all assuming that they actually stayed in the deficit from the activity. Okay, if they eat 1 or 2 spoonfuls of food more, there goes your deficit. So this is assuming they actually track their calories to a T, like literally like research level metabolic lab T, but that's not gonna happen. So burning a meaningful level of calories through activity, through cardio, whatever activity you think, weight training, anything you can think of, burning enough meaningful calories to actually produce anything close to fat loss is a dream, okay? It's a wish. It's a fugazi. okay? Don't think it's doing anything near that. And I think the biggest takeaway and something that could really help you grow on your personal journey is to learn to not exercise for calorie burn. That is a huge milestone. If you can overcome that and get to that point where you realize, I'm not doing this to burn calories, you are light years ahead of the other people who are still stuck in the dark trying to burn calories. It's so important to realize that. It's so important to realize. I still see people today trying to say that weight training burns calories, and it burns calories like throughout the rest of your day, and you know, it's so hard, the high intensity training and intervals and this and that, it burns calories like for hours after you do it. And guys, you know how many calories it burns after you do it the rest of the day, even if you trained really, really hard? Yeah, it's like 50. It's nothing, bro. I'm telling you guys, these are pebbles. All these calories you're burning, steps, daily steps you're getting, all that stuff is pebbles. It's a drop in the bucket compared to what you can do with diet, compared to what you can do by eating less calories, eating less food. This is the way you lose fat. Even if you did both at the same time, even if you did, you know, I ate in a calorie deficit, but I also did this much cardio, whatever, you get the same result. Why not just save yourself the hours? Save yourself the hours.